Welcome to another episode. I'm Adam. This is my channel, Rooted in Canvas. And if this is the first time that you're following along, I'm documenting the steps that I'm taking to bring my 68-year-old family business from Denmark here to the United States. This week, I'm meeting with someone to consult with me on Shopify. The businesses that I've started before in the past, I've just taken the time to learn it all myself. While I am still going to be the person who's building everything out and managing and running it and learning along the way, I just feel like there's a lot of value to be had when you can hire someone that has reached the levels that you would like to reach or knows what they're talking about. That way you can speed up your time to successfully do what it is that you want to do. So other than that, I'm going to, I have a camplet, obviously, but I don't have a van to test the products that we make for camping vans. I've reached out to a woman here locally in Indianapolis that rents out her, I can't remember what specifically the model of the camper van is, but reached out to her and told her what I'm doing and said that, I just needed on like a daily basis to go out to a beautiful area around Indianapolis, put up products and shoot content similar to this in it. And we agreed on a kind of a daily rate where I pick it up in the morning and bring it back in the evenings. That's pretty cool, and I'm gonna be doing that this week so I can show you a little bit more about the Buddy, the wind sides that we offer, and shade screens that all connect to the sun canopy that are often installed on camping vans. And then of course, I'm gonna bring out some furniture and carpets and really do a bunch of stuff there. I'm gonna spend a day out with that van, and then a lot of stuff that I'm doing right now is building out the Shopify site and also getting ready for the fantastic opportunity that we have with an influencer called Johnny Rome's out in Utah. He has agreed to take a camplet for in and around 2 months. So I am going to schedule that delivery here soon to ship a camplet out to Utah. Then I'm actually going to fly out there and meet him and honestly just explain to him how appreciative I am, as well as everyone back at headquarters, is that he's willing to work with us, and just kind of explain to him what my hopes are for camplet, and ways that he could potentially continue to be involved in the journey and the story that is camplet. What's really cool as well is he has an old 944 Porsche Turbo that he converted into a Safari, which means he put some heftier suspension on it that lifted it, put some meatier tires on it, so you can actually go off-roading with that Porsche. And we have a part of our agreement is we put a trailer hitch on that Porsche for him, so now he can tow a camplet behind that Porsche because the camplet is so light and only 500 pounds. So I am just incredibly excited to see the content that he's going to be making in these beautiful mountains in Utah, in the desert, with this badass Porsche with a camplet behind it. So that's going to be super awesome. Yeah, this is going to be a good week, and going to be able to get outdoors and using some Isabella products. I look forward to you coming along and going on this journey with me.
By Holiday Park.
Oh, Holiday Park also to Fort Bend. Actually, you know what? Let me get you.
A bit different of a vehicle I'm driving today. So I just got in a tour motor coach, so that way I can get out and test some Isabella products. So today I'm going to a nearby park that I hope won't give me any grief for setting up, and get a Buddy fitted. I think that this is opportunity, or at least just to show you, like, if you do have a camper van like this, just how easy it is to stop somewhere and put up a buddy, just to show that flexibility of how easy it is to be able to create an outdoor living room very quickly and efficiently and very easily. I am almost to the park right now and gonna try to find a spot that's secluded and allow me to continue to do some videoing. I'm not gonna be able to get as isolated as I hoped, but you can kind of see I've positioned the van in a way where, yeah, I think that it'll be good enough for today's purposes. I'm gonna make the best that I can with it, but I think that overall what it's gonna enable me to do is tell the story that no matter where you're at, you can find a place to pop this open and go for it. Because I think that's one of the selling points on why you get a camper van, is because you want to stop off on your road trip and be able to stay wherever you want. And this is definitely one of the benefits of doing so. So I just got done filming the buddy, as you can see back there. Did a quick, little video that kind of highlights some of the features and so forth that I'm going to post on my Outside with Isabella playlist. So if you're unfamiliar with how my two playlists work, I do my Outside with Isabella, where I'm actually using the product, and then Building Isabella, which is where this video is landing, where it's just me talking about the steps that I'm taking to bring Isabella here to the United States. This was pretty easy. This is not very far from my house. This is like kind of a neat little spot that I could potentially, just very quickly and easily come out here and use Isabella products when I can't get out and camp for like an entire weekend or even longer in durations. Even though that is my goal, now with little baby at home and a 2-year-old, definitely do not want to spend much time away from them. So I'm gonna break down the buddy. I also brought some of our furniture, a lightweight table, 2 chairs, and I also brought one of our shade screens that will attach to the front of that sun canopy, that I'm also gonna use this as an opportunity to create more content, not only for that channel, but also I'm gonna finally start posting onto Isabella's socials. So yeah, here we go. Back at Woodland Airstream, the range line that I'm currently sitting in right now, which is a beautiful camping van, by the way. Everything in here is top notch. The first one that was here in the showroom, they actually just sold. And with that range line, they also sold a buddy. The one that was sitting here before is about to be picked up this week. And I just delivered a brand new buddy and front panel for that customer because they purchased a buddy along with their range line. So while I was here, since this is a newer model that's taking its place, I've reset back up the buddy and back on the showroom again. They wanted to keep it on there, and super appreciative of the fact that not only are they helping me sell the buddy, but they want to keep it on their showroom. Small wins, very excited that I have this relationship that's developing with these guys, and just an awesome step towards getting more of Isabella out there and out into the wild, as they say. So I've got about 15 minutes before I have a discovery call with someone from Massachusetts for a camplet. So I'm gonna wrap up here and then take that phone call. So if you're unfamiliar with Thor Industries, they are a very large company that owns a lot of sub-brands, one of those being Airstream. I was invited up to this event by actually my insurance agent. He spent the last 20 years or so working at a lot of these manufacturers that are located in northern Indiana. For those of you who don't know, like 85% of all RVs that are manufactured in the United States are manufactured in Indiana. So this is the biggest player, and they're having a dealer showcase over 3 days, having a bunch of dealers from presumably across the United States come on by, check out new models, and just ask questions and meet. So my insurance agent thought that this would be a fantastic opportunity for me to meet some people. So that's where I'm heading right now. I'm just going to be there for a few hours. This is the last day, and we'll just see how it goes. At the very least, I hope that I can make some more connections at Airstream. So today turned out to be, I think, really productive, very optimistic on so many of the people that I met across so many different brands. I think just getting to meet more people in the industry and starting to talk more about what it is that Isabella does was a huge benefit. Otherwise, like from the OEM space, some of these big brands that are here, I also got to meet some of the smaller brands that they actually have some canvas incorporated into their product that we could potentially producing stuff for them. So I think today was just like more so just relationship building and really getting to know a bunch of people. It was really kind for my insurance agent to take me around and introduce me to a lot of the people that he's known through his time in the industry. And yeah, there was everyone from OEMs to distributors, the actual people that transport all these trailers that I got in contact with. There were some dealers here that I got in contact with, some people in the YouTube space that I got in contact with. So I would say that this was, really successful, and we'll see what kind of seeds are planted from this opportunity. But from here on out, it's getting ready for the Camplet to be shipped to Utah. So I can't wait to take you along to Utah and do that. So just dropped off the Camplet at our freight partners distribution warehouse, and that particular Camplet is now going to be on its way this evening to Utah, where I'm then going to fly out next Tuesday and pick it up and deliver it to Johnny Rome's, the gentleman who has agreed to work with us, test Camplet out in these beautiful areas that he lives in, and create content for us. So this is the first real influencer that I've actually particularly ever worked with, not only for Isabella, but across the businesses I've started. So at least in this caliber, just like his attention to detail and the way that he captures like the beauty that's surrounding him is just so awesome. I'm just incredibly excited to get a Camplet out to him and just see, honestly, just to get his impression. I've shown Camplet to a lot of people, and people have seen my YouTube videos and have reached out, and this is going to be the first time that really, other than our customer out west, here in America is gonna get to use one firsthand and like spend some time with it. So I'm real excited to get his feedback, and it really does I can't downplay the significance of what this could potentially do for Isabella, for the Camplet 10 trailer. I go into every opportunity with optimism. I think that's how I get my fuel to continue on and to keep going. And, for something like this, it's just so exciting for what could become. Really what I hope to build is more of a relationship where if Johnny really likes this product, then would love to offer him a way that he can interact with Isabella on a more frequent basis, and we can support, what makes him happy, and getting outdoors more and so forth. I really want to try to create a whole collection of people across the United States that are like this, where develop a group of people who really excel in being able to show getting outdoors and being outdoors and what that lifestyle's like, and what our products help people do is all about building. And I'm sorry, I'm holding this camera right now. A lot of what I'm hoping to accomplish is building community, not only amongst the people that end up having Isabella products, but building a community of people who represent us and, just show what Isabella is all about and capable of. So it's definitely a big milestone. I'm really looking forward to getting out to Utah next week. I'm I'm spending less than 24 hours there. But yeah, gonna pop in, pick up the camplet, see what it's like for, this whole direct to customer model with a camplet tent trailer. First off is a crazy premise, but the way that it works is through our freight partner Expeditors. They will pack up the camplet on the pallet that you just saw. They'll deliver it to one of their other warehouses where they have a warehouse in almost every major city in the United States. And then the customer will then go to that warehouse and pick up. That's the part where I'm looking forward to experiencing is being a customer and picking up a camplet. So we'll see how that goes. But once I pick that up, I'll go deliver to Johnny, give him a demo of how to use the tent trailer, kind of explain everything there. And then the next morning I am heading back to Indy. So that's a big milestone. Really looking forward to it and meeting Johnny, and really excited, not only for me, but everyone back in Denmark is also really excited. So we'll see. But yeah, and then I didn't quite know like what to expect with some of the clips that you just saw with the dealer show with Thor Industries. It was my first time in there, and I was being shown around with my insurance agent. So I didn't take my camera as much as I should have. So I apologize that there's really like no footage from that. But yeah, it's like, as an accessory manufacturer, it's to try to pair up with the OEMs. We just haven't had too much success in that in the past, unless they need a specific, like, for example, we partner with Heimar in Europe and Germany, and we supply a lightweight table for one of their vehicles that's in every single one of their vehicle. But like when it comes to personal items like awnings and so forth, it's like, people have a preference on size, on color and so forth. So like with our bread and butter and making things out of canvas, like sometimes that can be a challenge trying to partner with an OEM, which an OEM is the manufacturer of a camping trailer. Where it's unique, where this is starting to work here, is like Airstream has their own web shop. So that partnership works out pretty well, where we're getting on their Airstream Supply Co. with a range of products to sell and so forth. But nonetheless, it was still nice to meet people. Just wanted to kind of give a little bit of an explanation as to why there's really not anything to show from that event. I'm heading down to Georgetown, Kentucky, where I am going to meet with Woodland Airstream down in Kentucky. They are the Airstream dealer that here in Indiana, they have a buddy up in their showroom and have since sold. And so they have 4 locations. One of those is also not only in Indiana, but Georgetown, Kentucky, and then 2 in Michigan, where their headquarters is. Looking forward to that. And then my brother-in-law, he's got a piece of property with a house on it down in Kentucky. So I'm bringing a camplet down there. And when I'm done with my meeting at the Airstream dealer, I'm going to go spend 2 nights camping out at his place in a camplet. Going to be another brother-in-law and a couple of other buddies down there. Since space was a little tight, I was like, I'm just going to bring a camplet down there and sleep outside. So really looking forward to that. So now that camplet's dropped off, I'm going to prepare for the visit to Kentucky in a couple of days.